Hello and welcome to QA. In this video, we will learn about lights and how to light our Vray interiors. So let's get started. So when you are going to work with Vray renderer, I would suggest you to work with Vray materials and Vray lights only. So where you can find Vray lights? So you can go to create lights and here you will find four extra lights. Those are Vray lights, Vray sphere light, dome light, rectangle light and IS light. For now, for this scene, we are going to use Vray Sun Sky. For all the 3ds Max user, you will find Vray Sun and Sky in light section only. But for Maya, you can go to settings, Vray tab, and all the way down you will find Vray Sun and Sky. So hit create sun, hit create sky. And now there are actually two methods to adjust your sun. First is you can go just select the sun and manually adjust its position to get whatever you need and you feel comfortable with. Second is going to Vray GeoSun and unchecking manual position and getting the position according to your time zone, according to the day, year, latitude, longitude. So all ones who are geeks and can go to Google Maps and work with these, find these numbers, these values to get their day, I would recommend you can go there and just like whatever time and something days you want. For now I'm going to manually adjust my sun, and for now what is happening actually is uh, the my house is actually, these windows are actually facing south directions, and so south, I think east, west, and oh, so yeah, it's south direction, and my sun is in the east, and the east direction is completely opaque. So let's rotate my sun, and it's not going to rotate, I think. Okay, so let's tell him that, buddy, my east is on that side. So oh, it's rotating very badly. So let's go to world and see. Yeah, it's now actually listening to me. So let's get some rays inside our house. So I will put it like something like this. Remember, when you are going to add sun, the sun will be direct light and the sky will have the indirect lighting in your scene. So this is going to be sun, and let's hit render and see how much light is entering in our scene. So it's preparing its render, and yep, it's actually look good to me, because I don't want my sun rays to hit the bed, and they are hitting on a good area. Yep, this much light is entering. This is the direct light actually. So this is the scene, yeah, white, and you can see some orangeness and bluish, and it's going to be a morning scene for us. So that's okay. So let's see how much noise is getting in our scene. So sample rate. So here still anti-aliasing is only causing problems, not any noise for now. So let's hit our GI now for now. So switching on GI, using irradiance map for primary bounce and light cache for the secondary bounce, because these works very fast. For the test renders, I'm going to use a preset of low, and if you want to know how these presets work, as you can see, if I'm changing here the presets, nothing is getting changed for now. But if you go to custom, you will see there are some extra parameters in India's map, like minimum rate, maximum rate. So when you're going to use these presets, actually these values are changing. So for now we are going with presets, so let's go with low. If you want any more details on these presets, you can ask me in the comments. Now let's we are not going to use any advanced settings here because like enhanced details extend render time too much. So for now, let's switch it off. For light cache, I am going to use a default subdivision of 500 for now, but for the final settings, we will crank these values up. We will use light cache for glossy rays to get less light leaks in our scene and get much lesser noise in reflecting objects. For light cache advanced, I think if use retrace threshold in your system is not enabled, so please enable this. This also let this will also let not have light leaks in your scene, so it prevents actually. So have this switched on. Okay, so let's hit render again and see what our scene looks like. So our light cache is getting built and it's actually too fast. Okay. That's our radiance map passes, pre-passes, and that's how our light has entered the scene. And so for now, as you can see here, there are too much patches in our scene. So let's go to sample rate and see. So as you can see there, the patches here in our scene can be in sample rate, we can see it as green lines here. So these are the patches, and these bluish green, light blue areas are actually the noise in our scene. So we are getting noise and patches and anti-aliasing artifacts like here in drawers, yellow lines. So how to remove this? And second thing, that the light which is entering in our scene is very less. So what GI is lighting here is too less, because as you can see the intensity of sun rays entering the scene and the intensity of GI in our scene. So how to improve these? So let's get to our, let's back to our scene and go to perspective. What we will do here is actually what is happening, the skylight is not entering much from these windows. So we will tell these windows to, hey buddy, get more light, more skylight in our scene. So let's add those. So we will go to create lights. We will take rectangle light, not dome light. I don't want unrealistic lighting in my scene. And for all those who doesn't know this, always remember that lighting is like simulations. Lighting is like simulation. Why I say so? Because we are in the architectural visualization, actually we are trying to recreate what's happening in real world. So to recreate everything in real world, in this happening things in real world, in CG world actually, you have to simulate things, that is get some physical values and add it in the 3D world to get those outputs. So this is my light. I'm going to its attribute setting, go all the way down, and there is an option of having a skylight portal. What this do, you can see the lights are off, there are no intensity values. So what this do is actually it take lights from its backside and throw it in its front. So I will put it near window like this. I think that should do. Yep. And make an instance of it. So go to edit, duplicate special, instance, duplicate special, and add it to next window. So let's go back to our camera and hit render. So it's rendering. Going to calculate light cache first. Then it's going to render pre-passes. And the pre-pass is going to be over. We'll add the final render. Now you will see much more noise, much more visible noise in our scene. So this is the noise which is caused due to our skylight portal or the skylight we have added. So I have not named it, so after getting this render complete, I am going to first name all the things. So let's get this completed first. So as you can see, from the previous render we are getting more detailed shadows. Previously these shadows were 90 degree down to the objects. Now they are actually following the real world. So these are the noises. Let's see how noise looks like in sample rate. So you can see this look like spray paint. So these are the noises. So let me first rename my lights actually. So I'm going to my outliner. This is not cleaned. Some empty groups are there when I've worked previously on this file. So let's optimize our scene. Go to file, optimize scene size. Remember, this is an action you can't undo. So it's clean. All empty groups are gone now. So these are actually Vray light and Vray rectangle light, Geo sun. Okay, I'm not going to rename my sun, but I'm going to rename my skylight portals. So let's name it skylight portal 1, and let's name this skylight. Okay, portal 2. Okay, so these two are our lights, and since these are instances of each other, I'm going to just adjust some settings over one light. So these subdivision values will actually help us getting rid of these noises. So let's crank it up 32. Okay, so let's hit render. Rendering. Now light cache is getting more details, and with an eye like mine, if you go on working every day with Vray, so you will see the differences in pre-passes in only. So let's see how much of noise we have got. Some more noise is there. Okay, no problem. Let's see in sample rate while it's rendering and how much changes are there going on. So most of the reds due to noise are going. Tata bye bye. Then greens are coming actually. So now we have to get rid of those greens actually. So let's see if our camera helps in getting rid of those greens. And let it get finished. Yep, now it's finished. So let's see, very less light is entering in our scene, as you can see now here. So not even the direct light nor skylight portals have helped us. Some more light will enter when we are going to apply materials on these curtains. So for now, I need more light in our scene. So I'm going to change some camera settings so that it let enter some more light. So going to extra Vray attributes, going to change some Vray physical camera settings. So for now, I'm going to change shutter speed, and as I have told before, I change f number only and only when I am going to work with either movie camera or video camera. So for still camera, we are going to change shutter speeds. So let's change this to 150 and hit render again. And now in the pre-passes only, you will see that there are changes. The more light is entering in our scene. So let's see, it's rendering. If 150 will not be enough, we have to get down some more. So let's go to sample rate because I want to know that if camera is helping in getting less noise. So yeah, these are getting more darker green for now, like neon green. Oh no, it's going to yellows. So yeah, we are from the noises we are going to anti-aliasing. So let's get them green to yellow. Go on. I will see my RGB now. Some more light is entering. Okay. Let's add some more lights. Not add lights in our scene, but actually get more light rays entering the scene. So for now, we will do two changes. Let's go down to 100 for shutter speed, and let's select one of the portal lights and add some more subdivision to it. For my personal choice, I don't go above 40, but sometimes you have to go above 40 in the subdivisions value. But in materials, please don't go above 40. For lights, you can obviously go above 40 subdivision values because they are the important things. Oh, I think let's hit render again. Why we have to hit render again and wait? Because this is what is going to let us set up our final render settings and get rid of every noise, every patches in our scene. So let's see. More light is entering our scene now. So pre-pass is telling me that. Okay. So yeah, noises are gone. Some patches are there. Let's see our sample rate while it's rendering. Yeah, you can see noise is nearly gone. Some noise are there, but I think when we will add material to our curtain, more light will enter and these noises will also go away. So most of the noise are gone. Some anti-aliasing artifacts are here, but we will take care of them. These are the patches which will go away with increasing the preset from low to high of irradiance map. So always remember this will increasing these subdivisions will also increase your render time. But uh, as you can see, we are going to work nearly 2 hours or some more on these scene, and get if you want a render in just 4 minutes or 5 minutes, so it's not possible. So it's like working 2 hours and getting your render in a half time. But always remember, renders take time because if you want something beautiful, you have to wait. So I think this is good. The sun rays are getting more intense, and according to that, we have to manage its GI. So let's see how much curtain will help, and then we will go some more lower value in our camera because I know my camera is actually not helping me to get rays inside capturing this scene. So let's change the materials in our curtain. Assign new material. We are going to use Vray two-sided material for them because in real world you know that you will see that curtains actually behave like a triple S material where they uh, transmit lights but also illuminate themselves from the light. So we are going to use very two-sided material, not a triple S material, because these material give us an option of translucency. So let's add a front side material to it. Not from here. I'm going from window, rendering alter, hypershade, and this test mat. I'm going to add it to its front side material. So what is actually happening here is curtain will um, curtain will take the light in the front. Means it was like this. We go here, the light from here strike this side of the material, that is going to be front side material test mat, and the absorbing power of the material here will absorb the light, and that absorbed light will be emitted from this back side, which is actually blank, and how much of that absorbed light will be transmitted here will be according to this translucency text value. So let's see how much this changes will help us in our scene. I am cranking up in my words because I don't have so much of fluency in my English. So with time I will get rid of those cranks. Like with time we are going to get rid of those noises and patches in our scene. So this is getting render. You have to wait. But when we are going to get final scenes, I'm going to pause my video and continue from there. So let's see. Yeah, some little bit of illumination only. Let's see in sample rate how this is helping. I think this is not helping much in getting rid of noises. So I'm going to pause the video for a while, and we'll come back when this render will get completed. So our render is now complete, and you can see there is some more light entering in our scene. And if we go to sample rate, there are some noises of and there are some artifacts of anti-aliasing on the curtains. So let's change some camera settings. I'll go to camera and let's hit it down all the way to 20. Remember, if by mistake you are going to use still camera for rendering any animated or walkthrough things, if you are going to lower the shutter speed and your camera is animating, you will have motion blur problems, because having less shutter speed means shutter will close in a very long period of time, and if your camera is moving in that particular time frame, then you will have motion blur problems. So let's get our final settings for the light. So let's check this light, and this is 64. Let's hit this value above 128. I think this is too much, but let's see. No, I will not go that much. I think 72 will be good. And what we are facing problem other than noise, we are facing problems like anti-aliasing. So go to Vray tab and increase this maximum subdivision value. I increase it up to 14. I think this will work for us. And now in GI, let's see some more problems if we have some more problems. Yeah, we are getting a light leak here. I think 3 pixel value only, but light leaks are light leaks here, and you can also see here these are only 3 or 4 pixel values, but they matter much more. So let's increase irradiance map preset from low to high and interpolation samples to 40. Then we are going to increase light case subdivision, and I think let's hit it up to 1500, and this will do good. If 1500 will do good, I think, for now. But if this doesn't do good, we will have to crank this value only up from now on. So let's get render and see how our scene looks. I am going to pause the video because I know this will take some time, so I don't want some So let's come back after a while. So our render has just got completed, and now you can see that most of the light is entering in our scene. There is some burning over the windows, but we can control that. And there are some light leaks which are before 2-3 pixels. They are now visible, like here, 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 and lastly here. And most of the patches which we are finding here and in these walls are gone. There is still noise in the scene, but I think what is causing this noise because of one of my mistakes. I have not used simple skylight portal actually. So let's see if this option helps me. So let's check only an area to see how much noise is gone, because we don't want those high times of render and re-render the whole scene again. So if it's being changed, we will notice it. So you can see that simple skylight portal is not helping. So we have to crank this subdivision value up, and to get rid of these light leaks you have to increase this subdivision value. But for now I'm not going to either increase this subdivision value of light cache nor subdivision value of our skylight portals, because in the sample rate you can see most of the noises have been gone, only anti-aliasing problems are there and some light leaks are there. So I will add materials to my scene first and then see if materials will cover these noises or not. And if they cover it, we don't have to crank it up much more, because as you can see, if I just save this scene, you will see its render time actually. So it's now, whoa, it's showing 9, I think. Oh sorry, I think I've just rendered this region, so it's showing 9 seconds. So we'll see its render time, total render time. In the next video I will tell you about materials and about render time of this frame. So meet you in the next video.